So I wanted to do something really special and fun for you guys for Thanksgiving, and I started thinking about doing classic looks, which I've obviously been very into lately. I think they're very fun for winter, especially, and they're bright and cheerful and gorgeous. So I started thinking about the movie Miracle on 34th Street, and I've seen it in color and I've seen it in black and white, and I still love the story. Talking about the old version, but I love the new version as well. Anyways, I just love the idea of the story, so it doesn't matter what version I see of it, I enjoy it. But going back, if you haven't seen the version with Maureen O'Hara and Natalie Woods, it's worth watching. It's totally adorable. If you can't stand black and white, try to get it in color, because it's just really, it's just adorable. Anyways, Maureen O'Hara plays the mother in it, and she's just very firm and sensible, and she works for Macy's, and she's just had a few letdowns in her life, and unfortunately is sort of passing down these letdowns to her own child by telling her there isn't a Santa Claus. So this Christmas comes around, and her daughter is a little withdrawn by the fact that her friends believe in Santa and she doesn't. So this is a Christmas for them where they can both believe in something again, especially for her daughter to be able to believe and be young. And I think that's a good message, especially for today. I feel a lot of that has been taken away by commercials and toys and games. People are camping out, you know, on the holidays rather than enjoying the holidays because they're looking to get deals, things like that. So Miracle on 34th Street is just like that story that kind of brings it home. So if you get a chance to watch it this Thanksgiving, because they do play it almost every Thanksgiving, go ahead and go see it. Thanks for watching. Get started on this very simple, very pretty, very classic look. I'm going to take the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Pencil. Oh, sorry, I've already taken my usual, which is the 100% pure organic coffee bean caffeine eye cream, and my all natural face magic vegan eyeshadow primer. So I'm just going to go ahead and put the matte Camille side directly underneath the brow bone just to clean up the brow. This in the inner tear duct just to neutralize the coloring of that space a little bit, because I didn't want to do it with concealer because it would just look kind of chunky with concealer, and then just neutralize the waterline since we already have the pencil out, and that's what I'm going to do later on. That's what I would have done later on anyways. The Too Faced Romantic palette, and I'm going to pop these shadows on with my e.l.f. Mineral Blending Brush, starting with Bouquet Toss, which is just a light creamy shade. So we're just going to use a wash of this color all over the eyelid and up to the brow bone. I'm going to take a wash of I Do through the crease, which is this sort of gray taupey shade, and this is just basically going to be used for depth in the eye. It's not really like a statement or color piece for the eye. This is more of a look. Nothing's really like a statement when it comes to these kind of old classic looks, other than the lips usually. Right, so now I'm going to take the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Shadow Pencil in Juju, which is like a medium to dark brown with slight shimmer. So I'm just going to put this all over the lid. And it's a pretty hard pencil. It's almost the same formula as the actual 24/7 pencils, the thinner ones, so it'll glide over the shadow we've already placed. I don't want the lid color to look too harsh, so I'm doing it after I've already applied the wash of color over the lid. So I've applied just a sheer layer of that, not going straight up through the crease. Take Ever After, which is this sort of chocolatey brown right here. And I don't want it to be too dark again, so I'm just going to take my blender brush. And we're just going to sweep that over Juju and a little higher than Juju so it meets up with I Do. I go underneath the lower lash line with a little bit of Baked by Urban Decay and just give it a gold hue. I don't want the eyeliner to be too gold. It's so subtle, you can barely tell it's gold. So what I'm going to do is take a blend of Bouquet Toss and Soulmates, the shimmery white and the matte, and we're just going to blend that up so that the under eye area looks fairly clean. Just like I said, the pop of gold that's very light. So she has it pretty much all on the actual upper eyeline itself. without extending, so we're just going to do that. There's a visibility to it. She's pretty classic and fairly 50s. So we're just going to do that using a fairly matte black line. I'm now going to take Tarte's Light Camera Lashes mascara. I think I accidentally called this Lights Camera Action last time, but it's Lights Camera Lashes. And we're just going to put coats on the bottom and lower lashes. If you're not going to do false lashes, I'd try to go with a pretty thickening, lengthening mascara if you can. So I'm just going to take a little bit of Soulmates on that same brush. And it should work okay, especially synthetic ones don't pick up too much pigment and disperse it all over your eye. Like I know natural hair brushes, it's easier to get a muddy look. This is the second time I'm wearing these. I really don't wear lashes that repeat lashes too much because it's just, I don't like to. But I did take good care of these, and one of the best tricks taking great care of your lashes is to delicately rip glue off. Don't put glitter on them, don't put a ton of eyeliner all over them, and put them back in the box when you're done. Is the key, and just delicately pull them from the box. Just gonna go ahead and put that glue on there. Do a thin, even layer straight through, not so thin that the lash will pop off. You do want a decent amount of saturation on the little spine. So I'm now gonna go ahead and take those and form sort of a horse-shaped U, holding them still for less than 30 seconds is my advice. You want to start sort of playing with them on your eyes before they get too tacky, because if they're not adhered right within those, you know, if they're not adhered right and you let the glue dry too much, you're gonna have to put more glue on the lashes. So I'd go around about 15 seconds. You still want it to be a little tacky so you could play with it and get it in line with your eye. That way you don't have to rip them off and start your makeup over. That's just no bueno. So once it's on, I'm just gonna let that dry. I'm just gonna go ahead and do a very thin line of liquid liner, trying to stay on the skin and not on the lashes, so that they're somewhat reusable, if they can be reused at all, like if this is your first time wearing them. I know they say you can wear them like over 10, 20 times. I'm just not a fan of using them till, you know, they're gritty or uncomfortable. I think when you kind of go back to sort of backtrack your lashes and make sure that the spine isn't hanging out, you can also kind of analyze to see if your real lashes are showing. If they are, just sort of squeeze. I'm now going to take Urban Decay's Glide On Cheek Tint in Indecent. She has on a very clean flush of the cheek, not too much. It's a very classic pinup look. Some of the fresher, newer spins on pinup looks tend to have like a berry cheek, and that's just not necessarily a classic look. So we're just going to take this clean color, Urban Decay Glide On Cheek Tint in Sin, and we're just going to brighten up the face slightly. She has a very inviting complexion. Maureen O'Hara, the actress who played her in the original American on 34th Street, very pretty, very light-skinned, very, very, very redhead. Just gonna put that up through the eyebrow centers just to kind of fake a lightness to the face, since my face is not nearly as light as hers right now. And then we're just gonna powder the face with a little bit of Pumpkin and Poppy's oil absorbing mineral. For the cheekbones, I put the contour only on the cheekbones, just very light because she's light. And I took the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Bronzer right here, this matte chocolate color. If you're lighter, you can go with milk chocolate or whatever else. And I just put it on with the Sedona Lace Kabuki. I'm just going to take my Urban Decay Grindhouse Sharpener, which works well for a lot of heavier pencils, and I'm just going to apply Urban Decay 24/7 Lip Liner in Paranoid. Do a heavy hand of lip liner because we're going to put on a redder lipstick, and I don't have a cruelty-free red lip liner. Really all about matte lips this winter, particularly the Wet n Wild Mega Stays. Been using those a lot. I'm going to go ahead and take Wet n Wild Mega Stay in Purdy Persimmon. Pretty Persimmon is pretty warm, so I'm just gonna go over the edges with Cherry Pickin'. Picking, whatever. Yeah, Cherry Picking, sorry. Okay, so we're done with the look, and all my accessories are from Claire's. The earrings, the headpiece. So yeah, very simple, very easy. If you'd like to take more time and spend a little bit more cash on your accessories, you can always do her finger waves, which are at the crown. It just depends on, I guess, your hair, your hairstyle. If you've got a lot of layers in the front, the finger waves should work very easily. If you don't have much in the way of layers and you have a lot of length, it's going to be very difficult to achieve a decent finger wave without it falling apart. Also, she wears pearl studs, not these, so I'm just kind of taking it to a more pin-up-y retro level, but going with her face or her look. So I hope that you enjoyed this, and thank you so much for watching.